I am Gary Kim, the editor of IP Business Magazine, and I'm here today with Trevor Baca, who's a VP of, is it engineering or technology?
Software
engineering for Jaduka. Now, for those of our viewers who are not familiar with Jaduka, what does Jaduka do?
You know what? Jaduka is the Web 2.0 arm of Network IP. Network IP is a real, honest-to-goodness telecom company based in Austin, Dallas, and Jaduka is our funner, developer-oriented arm of that company.
So why do you create Jaduka? What's the new opportunity?
Well, you know what? So the thing is, Network IP has been around for 10 years. Right after deregulation in 1996 in the US, we saw an opportunity and created this company, Network IP. We have relationships with the hundreds of carriers. We have points of presence on the phone network in LA, in Texas, Mexico. We have multiple teams of people that manage all of this infrastructure, all these different things that go together to make up a telecom company. And the charter to Jaduka is to leverage those assets that Network IP, the parent company, has in new and creative ways and get the use of those assets out to people who otherwise would have no access to the global phone network. Right? And we felt that, to answer your question, the easiest way to do that would be to start a separate, wholly owned entity. That's what Jaduka is.
So would it be correct then to describe Jaduka as a company that wants to enable any software developer who's able to write to a standard API to invoke communications as part of whatever application you want to do?
You've got it. We're committed to that. And if you go to the website, you can nose around and find the API documentation that will let you send a call to us and have a phone call anywhere on the global network from start. And in fact, if you nose around more, you can find a conferencing API that'll let you embed multiple telephone numbers and start a conferencing call with any telephone numbers anywhere in the world. I should hasten to say that we're committed to letting developers, web developers, anywhere use these tools. We believe that that's the way that the world is going to be going. And yet that's not really how we're monetizing these same tools. One of the things that we hear a lot about when we come to conferences like this in the Bay Area and talk to people who really are thinking about where telecom is going, what carriers and service providers should be doing, and so on. We hear a lot of angst about business models that should underlie these new initiatives. And you know, like I said, I've got to be honest, it's not from a horde of web developers knocking down our door that we're making money. An interesting way of looking at the problem is, you know, what if you could use the type of tools that we're offering up as APIs in Jaduka to solve other existing problems, for example, process engineering problems. So go find some enterprise somewhere, knock on the door and say, you've got some business process somewhere that has an inefficiency in it, that has lag time or wait time for people to get up and do the things that they're supposed to go do. Can we help you shorten the human latency or the lag time involved in this process and thereby save you some money using these voice tools that we have out there? And in fact, what we're finding at Jaduka is that yes, we can. We can do exactly that. And that's proven to be a much more solid path towards monetizing the new world order that we see.
So I'm guessing this is another way of communications enabling business processes of all types.
CEBP, yeah, it's a bit of jargon, isn't it? But yeah, absolutely. I mean, CEBP, communications enabled business processes, are one example of process improvement, you know, the general area of BPI, or business process improvement. So we have a consulting arm at Jaduka who are able to do needs assessment with enterprises of different sizes and determine whether or not a voice-enabled solution is the right thing for a certain business process.
And I would assume actually on the consumer side that you might be talking about things such as the ability to create conference calls on Facebook or something of that sort.
Sure, absolutely. And in fact, you know, I think maybe when we started Jaduka, you look at the name, it's a fun name. You know, there were these branding decisions that we made about, we have all of these resources through the parent company in 2005. What's the right way to roll those up and make them available to the public? We have all these decisions about the brand and the look and feel of the company and the name. And I think maybe at the beginning we thought we would use a big consumer play, and maybe that's part of what the name originally suggested. As we've come to find out, that's not the way that we prefer to monetize these assets, right? So what we hope to do is work with developers who are interested in getting coverage by making a conferencing widget inside Facebook, and at the same time make sure that the tools that we're vending exhibit the same type of quality and uptime you'd expect from a telecom company.
Thanks, Trevor.
Absolutely. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks for watching.